It's 1:45, it's lunchtime. Okay, we're going to do a different take on my lunchtime normal sort of thing is eggs on toast, baked beans, avocado, the good old Melbourne breakfast, smashed avocado with feta. Today, I've run out of bread, so I'm going to do something a bit of a different take on the base of my egg dish, and I'm going to get in so much trouble for cannibalizing this recipe, I'm sure, but anyway, it's a Chinese spring onion pancake, and you'll see in future that I'll be using puff pastry for all sorts of weird things. In this case, I'm using it to make a Chinese spring onion pancake, and I'm going to have that with poached egg and a side of cucumber sort of salad. Okay, let's get started. So what do we need? We need spring onions. I'm using my special don't smell the main chopping board up with spring onions and ginger and garlic and all those sorts of things, because I also chopped fruit on there and it absolutely stinks. This. Okay, I'm using Chinese 5-spice. Homemade Chinese 5-spice. I wanted to make it one day. Sorry, I wanted to use it, didn't have any, so I had to make it. Made with star anise, cloves, cinnamon, fennel seeds, and you're supposed to use Szechuan peppercorns. I only had normal peppercorns, so I just toasted them up, toasted the fennel seeds up, and put them in the spice grinder. Okay, so I like to put a little bit of sesame oil on the pastry. Using my mum's spatula, just spread that around. My hands a quick wipe. Chinese 5-spice, just spread it around the whole lot. Okay, and then all we're doing is putting the spring onions, that's it. So let's spread all those spring onions around here. So this is basically my shortcut version as to not have to make the pastry from scratch. Simply, I'm going to roll it up thinly. I hope you can see this. The only one here, so that's me doing the whole lot. So I'm simply rolling it up a little bit tight if I can, and I'm going to be stretching it as I go as well, because you'll see I need to make a snail out of this before I roll it with a rolling pin. Okay, so we're stretching and we're rolling, stretching, rolling. Now, it doesn't matter about if a little spring onion falls out here or there or everywhere. What does matter though is we're going to roll it, and so we need to get rid of that, have a bit of a surface that we can work with. Okay, we're rolling it to make it a bit skinny, so as that we can then make it into a snail. So we're rolling it into a snail before we actually roll it out with a rolling pin. Okay, so let's get the rolling pin out. I'm going to make it approximately the size of the pan that's sitting before in the background there. Okay, so we'll just keep rolling that out until it's about the right size. In the meantime, because we can see that it's just about ready, we'll get that flame going. Start the flame at a higher heat, and then we're going to reduce it a little bit so as that we can cook it, make sure it's all cooked through. That's it. Okay, let's move it over to the pan. Okay, now that's substantially flat enough to go, and the pan's substantially hot enough. So let's just move it over to the pan. In the meantime, I'm also going to make a little dipping sauce / drizzle sauce for this recipe. Okay, what don't I have? All right, this is going to be, as we say, Greek with the eye. So I'm going to start with rice wine vinegar. So this is for a dressing for the salad as well as the pancake. So some rice wine vinegar, and usually it's about a 3:2 ratio of vinegar to soy sauce. So I'm going to put some soy sauce in here as well. I actually use tamari because soy sauce is really high sodium. A bit of sesame oil. Some chili oil, Chinese chili oil. Use a special implement, blunt my knife, get in trouble if Somebody else was here watching me do that. Anyway, so that's the dressing for the cucumber salad. What are we doing with the cucumber? All we're doing with the cucumber is slicing it, making nice, it's just something to make it pretty, okay? So that was just me flattening out. Okay, so it's just a matter of, you know, making things look a bit presentable to enjoy the experience of having lunch at home rather than being served in a nice little restaurant. We're just going to arrange that on the plate in a moment and pour the dressing over it as well. And I'm going to semi-poach an egg. So when I say semi-poach, I'll explain to you what I'm doing in a second. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on here. So this is the spring onion pancake. I'm going to try to do this with one hand because I don't have someone holding this while I do it. So let's try this. Ah, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, it's coming up nicely. What we've got here, what's my semi-poaching all about? So I've just put a bit of oil in a pan, tiny bit of oil and some water. I'm going to boil that up. I'm just going to crack an egg in there, and it'll look like a poached egg. Hey, lunchtime, time to serve it all up. Rightio, so we're just going to place the little bits of cucumber in a nice pretty pattern on the plate. We are going to get the Chinese pancake. I'm going to serve 2 of us, so just going to cut that up like so. Put a bit of drizzle some of this dressing over the salad as well. My semi-poached egg. So this spring onion pancake is eaten, I think, in Chinese culture as a morning thing, as a breakfast type of dish. I'm just going to eat it for lunch though. So a little bit more of that. Make it pretty with a bit of sesame and maybe just a touch more of the Chinese 5-spice. And that's it. So that's what I mean by having a semi-poached egg. Look at that, bon appetit. And it's not even 2 o'clock yet. So that was less than 15 minutes, and that was only because I had to narrate as well. So quick lunch, spring onion, poached egg, and a nice little light cucumber salad. Enjoy your lunch. I know I'm going to enjoy that.